I do want to see what's up with this one.
Are your personal interactions with white people worse than ever?
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you've turned on the news or even glanced at social media over the last few years, you'd probably be under the impression that race relations, particularly between white and black Americans,
there we go,
is at an all-time low. The race wars are on the way, if you will. Because you have black people speak on behalf of black people, white people speak on behalf of white people, black people telling white people apologizing to black people, but you don't often see black people and white people just talking. Is this reflective of our real-world experiences? I think you may be surprised with what I did when I actually went out and did something crazy, talked with people.
Okay, we're going to check
on the gray issues.
Somebody, I see somebody in there, man. I'm almost done with the Starburst, so there won't be no more smacking.
Race relations are like in the States right now. Where do you think they are?
I think it's almost even, man. Whereas, what I mean when I say even, like, okay, you know, there's still some work to be done.
Sure.
But there's not as much work that needs to be done. Because when you think about race relations right now, today,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, everybody is basically communicating with each other. Everybody's doing their thing together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're linking up on different fronts. They just taking care of their business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you got some people that are dummies who really don't, you can say, want to get with the program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you got, you know what I'm saying, because it's a lot of things going on in the world.
Yeah. Well, you're always going to have individual racists, right? People who are racist. But it sounds to me like you're saying you think that they're better now than they were before. That they're...
No, I'm saying times are better. Man.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to Emmett Till, people like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The times then versus the times now.
Yeah.
If you come to development.
Yeah.
And you're going to see.
Then we kind of ended up with more of that, right? Emmett Till and Me Too came out, and there were a bunch of people being falsely accused.
But on the same token, what I'm saying, like, you saying race relations and issues, when I come to development, that's all I see is everybody's, you know, just like connected with each other.
Well, that's what I see in real life, but I mean in the media. You know, in the media, oftentimes things are stoked, where they make it seem like it's worse. I mean, you know, no, you don't think so?
Nah.
Well, that's a good thing.
I really think that, like, the media function is like on a scale bigger than what people think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like, I really believe that today, how the media operate, it can't operate with that basic regular stuff that it used to operate with.
Right.
So they have to go like deep cover.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really get the good juice, good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So you think media has an interest in controversy and making race relations seem worse than they are in real life?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
That's what I find too. I find that my interactions, you know, having been raised in a church where it was mixed, you know, a lot of black people in church and being a comic, you know, being around a lot of guys, my interactions are very different from what you see in the media as far as the...
When we say this here, man,
yeah.
See, like, when you start putting labels on things, that's when things get messed up, right?
Right.
So, like, bam, if we all American, right? We all American, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if I go to a hospital and I need a blood transfusion, right? I can't say, don't put that white blood in me or that Mexican blood. You feel me? I got to accept the blood that they're going to give me and hope it, you know what I'm saying, work.
That's a good analogy.
Oh, good, on God.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that ever since people put analogies on, that's when it got messed up.
Yeah.
Because now you can view this as something different.
Right.
This,
that's a black thing. That's a white thing.
He's black.
Yeah.
He's white. But see, you know what I'm saying? What about the American culture?
Yeah. So the
great melting pot.
Are you proud to be American?
Right.
Yeah, man. You think it's a great country, flaws, but proud to be American?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So what do you? And that's been my experience with both white and black Americans. What do you think about obviously this happened Deep Elm, like Black Lives Matter?
I think all lives matter.
Oh shoot!
But I think that people.
But if I say that, I'm a white supremacist, right? They said you can't say that. It was a racist term.
Listen, I think this is what I think that all people do. I think all people use the race issue as a platform for some bullshit sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes they let alcohol, things of that nature, you understand me, wiring them up to say some shit that they really don't mean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to catch someone.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's kind of like crazy. Like, say, like, you might be with some of your white partners, y'all out drinking. So, bam, and y'all have some words with someone, and then here it is, boom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, because if I said I'm going to have a bunch of fists coming down.
You have people that do that under the influence, and then the next day regret that they said something
Okay.
like that.
So you're saying someone could say
Even-
that
even
in a
if-
moment of anger and not be a racist,
Correct,
just be
correct.
mad.
Most definitely.
Like if you get mad or something, you know, and you're with a friend and you say, I hate, or like when you're a kid, you say, Dad, I hate you. You don't really hate him. You're just like,
He
we
loving
hate
everything he
you.
hear.
So someone
Ooh,
could just
shit.
say
He
something.
loving everything
Doesn't
he
mean
hear
they're a
from bro
racist.
right now.
It means they had a moment of weakness and anger. Yeah. No, I agree. And then we
think
judge people at their worst moment. And that's really messed
But
up.
everybody gonna be judged.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I really appreciate the opportunity.
I need to get
Well, let me
Bluetooth
ask,
headphones.
I appreciate it too, man. I actually think your point of view is refreshing that people should hear this. Because a lot of people out there, I will tell you this, a lot of white people out there are scared to have conversations. They're scared because they're scared. A lot of white people are, man, because they're afraid of being called a racist if they...
I'm gonna tell you, it's the ones that ain't got no business going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're scared because if you got some business going on, man,
Yeah,
money don't have color, bro.
right.
You feel me? So you got to deal with everybody. So you have to have relationships with different types of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Out
Yeah.
here. So I got to learn how. So that means that, you understand me, as an American, in America, I got to be like switching up to be a Mexican, to be able to talk to all cultures, man.
Yeah.
But we just one culture, man. We just need to throw all those Hispanics and all that shit. I ain't saying forget about your history or nothing like that.
Right.
I'm just saying we got a history here.
Yeah, not be colorblind, but
Yeah,
we have
man.
more in common than we have that's
Yeah,
different.
But we also need to unify on different fronts, and you understand me, and get all these different, you understand me, ideologies and social programs and all this shit that's jumping off. Get that, man, move that out the way, man.
Yeah.
And let's just live life, man. If you do something, take your lick.
Yeah, take responsibility for it.
I will,
Yeah.
all the time.
No, and I appreciate, you know,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I appreciate
for
is
real.
the accountability
Yeah.
culture, what
So,
you're talking
like,
about.
Nowadays, you got a lot of people out here, they not taking accountability.
No? You think
No.
that's the big problem on all fronts?
I think so.
I agree.
See, like if you got one finger pointing at you, you got one pointing back too, cause your thumb pointing back at you.
That'd be a white ass finger too. He's as white as they get. That's
Yeah,
Russian,
he
this
needs
dude
some-
right here.
He needs some sunlight, like.
He's got SPF ozone layer on right now. All right, let me ask you a couple. So these are like some issues that you hear about in the media.
He love what he hearing.
and
He
they
ain't
turn
saying
into a
nothing
racial issue.
wrong though.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
in
it
the
is, right?
aspect of
Do
unifying,
you think,
becoming
for
one.
example, voting, to have identification, just any kind of ID, does that make sense to you? You think you should have ID to vote?
I think the only way you should have ID or need ID is if there is a census. See, if there's a census, that means that you done counted everybody, so you know how many people live in the county, right?
Right.
So, bam. So if this person, if we got, say, 50,000 in the county,
Mm-hmm.
then, you know, you gotta have a census. You gotta have ID. So now your ID validates your vote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's exactly. Yeah, I think we agree on that one. Right now, a big cultural issue going on. You know, like biological men, the trans men competing in women's sports.
Hey, I don't think that should be done. I think that if he's born a dude, no matter what his sexuality is, I think that he's still in the eyes of man and God gonna remain a dude.
Yeah.
So he can cut his penis off. He can, you know what I'm saying, inflate his chest.
Yeah.
He can put it and his butt. It's still a dude.
I don't know what he
man.
does with his butt.
You know
I don't
what
think
I'm
that's part of the
saying? 'Cause
procedure.
He still got testosterone, man.
Yeah, or at least he did.
Yeah.
No, that's a big issue. Well, here, what do you think it's crazy though that what you just said, and I agree with you, could be labeled hate speech, right? Because now they'll say, "Oh, you're transphobic."
No. Because look, this is what people don't understand. Like what they have made homosexuality a mental disease, man. You know what I'm saying? You can be put on psych medication
He know a little bit of info though. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you.
or for being, you know, just because
Yeah.
you're a homosexual.
What you're saying now they've like enabled it with the sports stuff, where it's like, yeah, you
No,
can't
no,
have
no,
dudes
no,
compete.
No, I'm talking about they have a psych term.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like say this dude is homosexual, you can go in the DSM new
Yeah,
mental
there's-
book
yeah.
and look up a diagnosis up under homosexuality.
yeah. Well, they changed it though, like with trans. So did you know that?
Yeah.
They changed it where it used to be body dysmorphia was if you were, you know, claiming you were transgender. They said it was a disorder of someone who thought they were, you know, transgender. But now they changed it to say, oh no, you are actually a woman. It's a symptom of the fact that you're not, you're born in the wrong body.
You can't be a woman.
No, yeah.
That's just a lot of people just having too many ideas in their head, man. And then like people take things too literal sometimes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like religion, all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think that at the end of the day, man, if you go through your problems and live your problems and if you happy with what you got going on, then everything's great with you.
We're all Americans, right? And you believe in personal accountability. All
right.
lives matter. people need to stop making it all about race.
That's right, and no snitching.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, that's one thing I do appreciate about the black community for sure. I've had a few of these guys are snitches. I'm not sure that they're not. You know. Hey, Brian.
That was a smooth
Oh man.
little match. That was a good little combo, little show. Okay. He was asking them questions, though, trying to get something
Here, let me grab this. Last time
off
I
of
the door and it hit us, so I'm an idiot. So, where's the best place for us to be? How would you sort of characterize, or how do you view like race relations in the United States right now? How do you see it?
I do believe a lot of it is an agenda. So again, I look at the things from like a micro level, like the things that they are portraying and projecting right now. I think that is to distract people from what's really important. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the race issues, and I believe that's what you're talking about right now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like that there's a racial divide.
That's what the media portray, how they portray it.
Yeah. I don't necessarily believe that. I'm a light-skinned person myself, so if you know what that means,
Not compared to these guys. I mean, unless you're translucent.
Yeah, I'm black and white.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I've definitely experienced both sides of the spectrum when it comes to things like that. So I lived in a place like Louisiana, which was very southern, right? And if you know the history of Louisiana, like it's, I guess it was a very racial place, but my growing up there in high school, I experienced a lot more racism from the black people than from the white people, and that's
really
weird to say, yeah. But and then when I
like what kind of racism would you experience from black people?
I would say like when you talk about like discrimination against a group, that's what I'm saying. I feel that I was discriminated towards because of lighter skin. Now, the white people in the school, I wouldn't say that there was really any conflict with them between me, and that's what I feel like. It is more what the media wants to do, and what I feel like a lot of even black people are struggling with is believing the media and whatnot.
That's surprising. As a not half a completely white person, obviously. I mean, I was raised in Canada. I'm very, very white. We're always told, and especially with Barack Obama, that biracial people are always treated like they're black, right? That's what you hear in the media, and that wasn't your experience.
Yeah, definitely not.
And that's definitely valid. That's definitely valid too. So you know what I'm saying? I got a son, and my son biracial. He black and white himself, and that's one thing that I sometimes bring up to my girl and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, my son like that, but I ain't gonna lie. In a lot of aspects, you know what I'm saying? Where they come to, you know what I'm saying? Him, he look fine. You know what I'm saying? My son cute. My son look good. He already super strong, fast crawler. He athletic and stuff. He gonna be athletic. He gonna be charismatic. He funny already. Be having me rolling. You know what I'm saying? So like boom, but I know growing up, light skinned boys low key had it hectic in the black community. Let's keep it about growing up. A lot of times they was looked at as soft and all that. So I be thinking about like, you know what I'm saying? I got a light skinned son now. You feel me? I got a mixed son. And now I put things in a different perspective. That's what life is about, all about perspective. So then now you get a different view of a camera lens, basically, on life. And I don't think a lot of people take that in consideration, though, to keep it a buck, too.
A lot of people have a mentality, and they don't really ever search truth for themselves. And they get fed a lot of things and a lot of truths. So, yeah, that's what I struggle with a lot, especially a place like Dallas. It's a melting pot, you know what I mean? So it's nice to live in a place like this, but then you also see a lot of people just being distracted by all that's going around them and never really searching truth for themselves, and that's what makes me sad. You know what I mean? I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Word of God. I believe in Jesus. So when I see people being deceived by these things that they're portraying to be big and then actually just distracting them from deeper truth, then I get pretty frustrated by that. So
Matt, it's refreshing to hear because you're saying I would agree with pretty much everything you just said, right? And I think this is an issue too. Like I obviously think racism exists to some degree. There are individual racists, like you've experienced it. White people are what you just said. White people would be afraid to say because they'd be afraid to be accused of being racist, right? That is a fear right now, which I will tell you creates a divide. Like when Black Lives Matter happened, right? We just talked with 2 or 3 guys. I said, man, I think all lives matter. And I said, no. White people were called supremacists if they said that, so they go, I'm just not going to voice an opinion. That creates more distance. Do you sense that a little bit, where maybe white people are kind of pulling back because they're afraid of being, it's a witch hunt, that everything is racist. If they express the exact same opinions you just did, most white people and you, that's 100% in common.
Yeah, and that's what I would have to say, that there needs to, instead of starting a group that is labeled Black Lives Matter, which again, like so I see a lot on the media, right, of like when like somebody will post like, oh, this strong black woman, and then and that happens by the black community, where they continue to describe themselves and kind of belittle themselves by their skin color, that like, okay, that's what's important about me, I mean, what I'm saying. And I don't think that's what's important about anybody. And even when it goes into and this might be a little bit off topic, but when you go into the gay community or the trans community, it's funny to me how
completely on topic.
Whole identity is wrapped in their sexuality. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just see like that's a very sad life to live for anybody. And even as like, let's say I walked around here light skinned, and I started or an African American, you know what I mean? And I walked around here and I made my whole life just about my skin color, and praising that and lifting that up. I just think that that's the biggest waste of time and a distraction that I think the media tries to push. And I think the best thing they could do is continue to keep tension between racial groups when there really shouldn't be any. Again, in my life, I haven't came across anybody, and when they talk about like systemic racism, that hasn't been my experience with life at all. So I think that people really need to look into their own life experiences and not take the life experiences of certain people and then claim that as their own just because it's from their same racial group. So
I think that was very well said. Let me ask you one kind of question in closing. Why do you think what you just said? By the way, it's a mixed group. They're white, but a mixed group of people here. We have Russian, we have Polish. Sometimes black people don't realize like not all white people are the same. But everyone would agree with what you just said. It was well spoken. Why do you think what you just said is not something that is ever echoed as representative of the black community in the media, meaning with CNN, places like that? What you've just said, you don't hear as a voice in the black community.
I think that the people who do try to speak up in that sense do get shut down and get portrayed as they're crazy or they're psycho or they're mentally ill for having strong opinions. And that's what frustrates me about the media, is that like and it's true that people, even on Instagram, you see stuff that is calling out like liberal groups of people. It says sensitive false content, you know what I mean? So when you see stuff getting censored like that, and it's like, then you see that already there's an agenda that that they don't want truth to be made known. So that's what I say. I think it goes a lot deeper than just the conversation of black and white, or even what these people are doing. I think that there's a much deeper agenda, and I think it goes all the way down to that the devil has a plan for this world, but God also has one too, and that's for Jesus to be made known.
I would certainly agree with you, man. And here's the thing: would it surprise you that like we've spoken with a lot of people, a lot of black men today, and what you're saying is not uncommon. Like there are a lot of dudes who think the same way, but people don't talk.
Yeah.
Like we have a lot more in common than separates us. And I agree, man. It's a symptom of the heart.
Yeah.
It's not a symptom of the melanin level.
Yeah.
It's not.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So I appreciate what you guys do. You know what I mean? I would say that conversations are very much needed. I love a lot of. I love the work of people who like to sit down and have conversation, and I think that we are starting to see a lot more people rise up and speak truth and kind of get out of.
It just starts with talking, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It just starts with talking with people, not listening to what other people are. It's like a game of telephone. Remember, and so what happens with a lot of white people and black people is like, black people think this, and then it goes. Van Jones goes, black people think that. And he goes, black people think this, and the white people are like, oh, okay, let me go tell other white people. Black people think this, and then at the end we're like, oh yeah, black people are trans activist communists or whatever the hell it is. And you're like, what? That's not what I said.
Yeah.
I said Apple, like in phone. I'll just say, hey man, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thank you. Be blessed, man.
Okay, that's two good combos back to back, man.
Now, before we move on to the next conversation, and Josiah was not a plant, I absolutely swear.
Or let me say, agreeable combos.
Comment below if any of this
he getting exactly what he want to hear.
Or if you'd like to see more of these. And do consider checking out the Live Daily Show Monday through Friday.
Damn, I just let that nigga get a whole commercial, bro.
How would you sort of characterize race relations in the United States today between like white and black people?
Between white and blacks, again, depending on where you are society-wise, a lot of times, oftentimes, if your zip code determines your interaction. So for instance, if you're from my neck of the woods, it's all.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from here, from Dallas. So,
Okay.
But the zip codes in Dallas dictate or determine
Right.
how often you interact with someone. So, for my profession, I'll say it for this way: if I'm on a certain side of town,
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to protect and serve,
Right.
but yet the same, if you see me as is,
Yeah.
you clutch your purse, or just big Dominican black guy with tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a. On the other side of town, it's like, hey, bro, how you doing, man? Come on over.
Right.
So it all depends on where you're located and your exposure.
So he got a different
So you
perspective.
think that in certain areas of town, you think that the white people, like you said, white women are afraid of you?
No, actually, not at all. Actually, no. It all. I think that I have to, as a person speaking for me,
Yeah.
I have to be a bit more receiving. Hi, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Right.
That interaction, because I have to be more than.
And do you find that then the interaction is usually positive if you do
Yes,
that?
yes, I do.
It's disarming?
It's somewhat disarming.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why do you think some people might have that initial reaction if you don't interact that way?
Depending on whatever their experiences have been. For instance, if it's you see the villain on a TV show or on a movie, always. If it's the guy that's putting his mask down, carjacking, and if he looks.
Oh,
like
dude,
me,
no. I gotta disagree. If I have to watch another Simply Safe commercial where it's a white guy who kicks in the door at 2 a.m., come on. I have never seen a commercial ever where a black dude is a criminal.
Well, they're smarter than that. They wouldn't do that. It'd be the end of the.
Okay, so we agree on that. They're always like, it's always like some guy who looks like Gary who's like there to.
I thought he was talking like a TV show or something, not a commercial.
But it's. I think ideally, if you put yourselves in an open environment, or if you're open to it.
Yeah.
If you go to a park and it's not Highland Park, or if it's not University Park, but if it's just a park, go interact with the kids. Oftentimes, I think that part of society is actually taught to us. And this is my own perspective. If you put a group of 5 and 6-year-olds around in the playground, they could care less what the color of your skin is, or where your zip code is, or how much your 401k is, or what you're retired. They could care less. They're just going to play. They're just going to show love. They're going to have fun. And I think that as adults, as we as society, if we can get to that place again to where it's like, hey man, I see a human. I see a person.
We have more in common than separates us, probably in a lot of ways.
Agreed.
But if you watch everything in the media, things are always categorized often by race, very often. Now, of course, sex and gender. And I've always found, again, like going to church here in Texas, like one I went to in Carrollton was very mixed. It was almost 50-50.
Absolutely.
Always had very good interactions.
Absolutely.
There was a disconnect from going, well, hold on a second. On TV, they're making it seem like we're worlds apart.
Right.
Those aren't my interactions on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And even with myself, he gave you the thumb up or something.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't know what he's doing.
All right, cool. But in a place such as that, you're supposed to be open, welcoming. In hospitals and churches, everybody's supposed to be open to it. You're welcome. Hey, come on in.
Yeah.
And I think that as society, we shouldn't get too far from that, in which we couldn't find a place of, hey man, I just want to reach you.
Yeah.
I want to know you. What is it about you?
Well, one thing I'll say, because you talk about sort of your interactions, that maybe some people might clutch their purse, right, or have these sort of preconceived
I've had it
notions.
happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if anything happened by law, I'd have to protect you.
And I think
I'm not the threat.
Well, and I think for sure there are some people who have those preconceived notions, right? And black people are probably sometimes, like you're saying, you have to go out of your way because you're concerned of them thinking maybe let's say you're violent.
Right.
On the flip side, you have white people often now. They're very afraid of interacting with black people because they're afraid of being accused of being racist. That's a fear that a lot of white people have.
Okay.
That I think maybe sometimes black people don't. Well, we all have our kind of concerns because that white woman may have been mugged. You know what I mean? She may have had a life, like you said, a life experience and wants to avoid it. And if we don't talk, it just gets worse. Right? We just separate more and more.
I've had my experiences as well, and I also have a young lady that I was in a relationship. She's Caucasian. We have a beautiful triracial baby together, and her
triracial,
and a lot of the things that I've exposed her to about my world before she would ever have known, because they don't teach that in school. They don't teach certain aspects of culture,
right,
on that side of the world.
Yeah,
kind of from being from Whitesboro or Pottsboro, they don't teach.
Yeah,
what I learned.
It has white in the name.
That's a town.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. There's also a white settlement.
Yeah,
so I came from Canada. I'm like, how the hell do you name the town this? Like, how do you get away with it? I know. Oh, I get it.
I have nothing to do. That was years before.
No.
I get it. Just the exposure itself, and now it's more than it's more than, well, hey, I understand him. I'm receptive to him.
Right.
Okay. He's not bad. His family isn't bad. They're not bad. They're loving just like everyone else.
What do you think, kind of, especially here in Deep Elm, what would you say the results were afterwards of, since you're saying we don't want to just label people by race, but like, Black Lives Matter, and there's a lot of fallout from that. How would you classify that now? Would you say it was good for relations across the country?
I think the topic itself was specific for that. Not that anything. No one's lives matter. Everyone's lives matter.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even from my aspect, from my side looking in, I'll stand in the front of the line and I'm the other guy that they're saying, "Hey, F you guys."
Because you're a cop.
They're saying F you guys, but wait.
Right.
Hey, dude. My life don't matter. You're just mad at me because of the uniform. It's like working at any other place, Whataburger or Walmart. It's my uniform. It's who I am, but it doesn't dictate.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what it was like here for you, but my dad over there, he was born and raised in Detroit, that area of Detroit.
Yeah,
and the people that had it worse there, the worst were black cops in Detroit. They would have to go home in unmarked cars when the riots were happening, because a lot of them were seen as, they would say Uncle Toms, and they were threatened. They were targeted. I know. Well,
that's not even.
No, it's a good point. It's like using something. You're like, I don't think you know what you're saying.
You don't know the book. Read. It's not
that would be a good start.
But,
yeah, no, that would be a good start. But black cops in Detroit, I don't know but it was really, really bad.
And I think that all lives matter in itself, but in particular on that time frame, that's what we were saying. Hey, listen, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
Dude is reaching for his wallet. Let him get his wallet.
Right.
And that's saying from both sides of the fence for myself.
Right.
Hey, man, let him get his wallet.
So what you just said, and you just touched, I just had a guy was talking, he said the exact same thing that you just said, right? Everybody's lives matter, all lives matter. Now here's a question that I would have, and if I know I don't have unlimited time, but that was something that a lot of people said. So white people say, look, I think all lives matter, and they were called racist or white supremacists if they said exactly what you just said.
That's ignorance.
But can you see how that makes white people afraid to even voice an opinion that's the same as yours? In other words, we share the opinion, but I'm telling you, just like you're saying a lot of.
But it wasn't about. It's basically, okay. This is where we're standing.
Right.
Stand with me. I get it. I'm not saying yours doesn't, but we're all unified, saying, hey, these lives matter. This specific person, this specific group, this specific people.
Yeah.
Their lives matter.
Sure.
So it wasn't necessarily, oh, you're racist because you're saying all lives matter. We're not talking about that other part right now. We're just talking about this part.
Yeah.
So let's focus and fix and help here.
Yeah, but like you just said though, right? That's not what you just said, that all lives do matter, everyone's lives, and there are a lot of white people who come from poor areas too, right? Who have struggles, and they were saying, well, hey, we need to fix this. And if you think the system is rigged because it's racist, and by the way, I think the justice system has a lot of problems. I think that if you just see it as a white and black thing, you're going to miss a lot of the problems, right? And so saying, if we need to fix this system, we can't just approach it from a racial angle, that all lives matter, that justice matters, period, and it's not being done, then you can get to the solution. But I'm telling you,
that's a good point. Perspective
that a lot
right
of white
there.
people were scared, obviously, because crime obviously went up here, had to board up their businesses, and they were afraid to voice their opinion or reach out like now and just talk to people, because they're afraid of being called a racist.
That's something that's internal with you. Because I never said, hey, not
you, but I'm saying, but the media labeled everyone that way. Yeah.
People or black people as a culture, they never said, hey, don't come talk to me. You just automatically shut up and say, well, I can't get my opinion.
Point.
Why?
Yeah.
I didn't say you didn't have it. No, nobody told you you couldn't. I want to hear you. I want to be
right.
I want to know what you're thinking, because if I can't get it, if I don't know what's in your head, I can't hear it out of your heart. You have Jesus is risen on your chest. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth is going to speak.
Right.
So whatever your mouth says, that was in your heart.
Right.
So let me know what's in your heart.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point. It's like you're saying, if they don't reach out, it's usually white people using it as a weapon, calling other white people racist, and then they shut down. Okay. And then this divide gets created.
Absolutely.
Let me ask something like this. Like, these are some hot button issues right now.
All
right. Let me ask you, right now, a big issue, for example, I think we probably share a lot in common here.
Okay.
Black and white people across the board. Trans men competing, biological men in women's sports. That's where do you line up on that?
I don't have an opinion.
You don't have an opinion?
I don't.
All right.
I genuinely don't have an opinion.
Okay. Let me ask you this. The idea of, vote, because you said you enforce the law. I don't want to, you have to keep it secret. People vote, right? Voter, just any kind of identification. I think that's something that's been turned into a racial issue, which doesn't seem like it should be.
I think it's more difficult for certain people to get it.
Yeah.
The opportunity, and even if you've already paid this is my take. If you've already paid your debt to society, you've already done what you've had to do. Why can't you at this point?
Can't you vote?
Yeah. Why can't you vote?
Well, just to make sure that you're the guy or girl voting.
Well, even still, who often says, "Hey, my name is John Jacob
Jingleheimer Schmidt."
Right.
His name is my name too.
Or I'm just, hey man, my name is Eric, and
dude was from Whitesboro, by the way.
Oh my gosh, tripping. Oh my god. No, but I don't know. I think that everybody should have a voice.
He trying to play it safe. He a cop.
Fence you're on, in the middle, or far on the right, far on the left. What's your voice?
She trying to play it smooth on the black community side, the cop side.
I think it's a lot more productive than what you hear in the media. Absolutely. People sitting around, it's just
absolutely. It ain't so bad. It ain't so bad.
There you
Calm
go.
down.
You heard it from him.
Breathe. It ain't so bad.
All right.
We're gonna do it together. Everybody does it better together.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the time, man. That was really productive.
All right,
God bless.
Another good combo. That boy ain't finna have no controversial combo.
My brother's name is Jordan. I'm Steven. Nice to meet you, man. How would you classify or characterize, where we are as a country right now, racially, between, black, white?
Not in a good spot.
Not in a good spot?
No.
No, you think it's worse?
Yeah.
So, worse than when or why?
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's just...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that time? Is that time? This the best this gonna be the best segment of the whole stream, so tap in for this part. When you get to this part, pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, you look at events, even most recently it happened this weekend. It's like, it just shows where it's kind of like going to race wars. It's just different times.
And this is kind of is you see that in the media, right? A lot. But, being a comedian, having spent a lot of time around black comics, or a lot of black people just disproportionately in comedy, and then I've gone to churches that are very mixed. My interactions on a personal level are very positive, lifelong relationships. But if you watch the media, you're going to hear about the race wars and the division. Do you think there's maybe that? Are your personal interactions with white people worse than ever?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What kind of stuff do they do?
I mean, you have all kinds of stuff. You have the people that think it's acceptable to touch your hair, like you're a dog. You have the people that, it's all kinds of different things that just happen.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, yeah, that's not acceptable by no shape, form, or fashion, so I don't know why we're doing this.
That seems like a jump, though, from that to race war.
Well, I mean, it's like, I'm trying to think of some other things that have happened. I've been called names by people.
Yeah.
It's been all kinds of random things.
Yeah.
I've been not welcome inside of places before. It's all kinds of it just depends on where you're at.
That boy that got bullied, bitch.
Originally?
Yep.
What area specifically?
Mansfield.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to, Mansfield, where is that?
By Fort Worth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice area. So, what was it like being raised? How would you classify your neighborhood? How would you sort of describe it?
Mansfield's a primarily, white area.
Yeah.
Suburban America.
Mm-hmm.
Actually was one of the last school districts in the country to desegregate.
Right.
So it's, they have their problems. I didn't really deal with much there.
Right.
I think I really was exposed to stuff until I was an adult.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was mostly white suburban, so you'd think you'd be exposed to those people so you're saying when you were young, it was mostly decent?
Yeah.
Interactions?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What do you think about you bringing that up? This is a white guy's perspective. The segregation coming back in colleges and black-only spaces, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned to be desegregated. We're moving back toward that under different guise. Where do you line up on that? You think that's productive?
What do you mean?
To have black-only spaces either in high schools or colleges, right, to label those things. Seems to me, as an ignorant white guy, it's kind of like segregating again.
I can see that. I think everybody needs their safe space to where they can go be their authentic self, where they can, really vibe with other people that are, like them. I'm not saying it should be white only or black only locations or slots or stuff, but if you see black people gather in certain places, okay.
No, those are policies. Those are actual policies. At schools now, where they'll have black-only spaces.
They do?
It doesn't seem like that's really.
What school was that?
Well, it started with Mizzou, right? And there have been a few others.
Let me see. For real? We gonna see. We gonna get to the bottom of this. Not predominant. They don't got no black only spaces. This 2022 too. On top of that, let me see. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not reading all this shit right now. I don't know if that's facts right now, but we just gonna listen.
I mean, so we just had the affirmative action ruling, where they said no, okay, because Asians were sort of suffering at the hands of Harvard and Brown. Where do you line up on that? Do you think that it's, do you think that that's an issue that anyone who would say, you know what, I don't think that categorizing people, accepting them by race, even if you disagree with them, does that make that person a racist who thinks affirmative action is maybe not the best?
So if you don't agree with affirmative action, are you a racist?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you're a racist, but I mean, you should probably look at history to see, like, hey, why do we have affirmative action, and then what's the importance of it?
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you got to realize, like, people, I've been hired at jobs before because they told me I'm black.
Right.
That's not acceptable. Right. So it's like, it gets used in.
That's affirmative action.
Sometimes used in good ways, sometimes used in bad ways. Moments like that, it's like, okay, cool. I'd rather you look at like my qualifications, see like, hey, what is it that I do?
Right.
And see like, okay, great, you're the best candidate for this. Versus like, okay, cool, you got it because you're black.
Okay.
So I mean, it just depends overall.
So it sounds like you're saying that maybe affirmative action not a great thing if someone's just hiring you because of your race.
I mean,
that's all it does. There is nothing else about it. It's hiring people based on their race, right? And honestly, that's got to be a terrible feeling. If you're like, well,
oh my gosh,
I feel like I've accomplished a lot. I'd rather you look at my accomplishments than just say I'm hiring you because you're black. That seems racist to me.
Well, I mean, part of the thing is like, I don't know, no offense to you, I don't know if white people understand this, but it's like, black people just get looked over all the time. Where it's like, it doesn't matter what our accomplishments are. If you look at me on a piece of paper and a white person on a piece of paper, it's going to be two different experiences.
Okay.
I've seen it firsthand in corporate America. I've seen it firsthand in universities as well.
So this is okay. So this is one thing that I think maybe we can you maybe come to a place of it with white people here. Let's say I'm a white business owner. Okay. You just voiced displeasure, and I understand, with someone not hiring you, looking at two resumes because they don't necessarily know. Okay. But then you also said that it was kind of crappy that someone hired you because you're black. What's a white business owner to do?
I mean, here's the thing. It shouldn't have to be something that's a policy that's there. It should just be something that you're doing because it's the right thing to do. It shouldn't be like a thing of, okay, cool, I know I need to increase my diversity numbers, because that's normally what it is. I need to increase my diversity numbers, and then from there, we're going to hire black people. So it's like, no, that's just the right thing to do. Mirror your customers.
What is the right thing to do to hire based on race, or to hire based on
the right thing to do is hire diversity, have a diverse workforce.
But what if they're not the best person?
Then, hey, you can find people. If like they say, if Beyonce can find 14 black trombonists, I'm sure you can find one black person to join your team. It's not that hard.
But somewhere there's likely a Japanese American trombonist who got screwed out of a job, was very good at it, just like Harvard and Brown, right? Who had higher SAT scores.
Which is fine. I mean, it's one of those things. It's just.
Are they racist?
No, I mean, it's one of those things where you know what you want. So it's like, okay, if you know what you want, then like.
But what if you don't want it? What if you just want the best trombonist?
Then do what you have to do.
Okay, so it sounds like we would find common ground and then hire the best person and do what you want, and it shouldn't be policy to force on someone, because that doesn't turn someone not racist. Like a Klansman's not going to hire black people because of affirmative action no matter what, right? But maybe someone else might hire you just because you're black, and that's a crappy feeling, as opposed to your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I think that makes sense. I was trying to make sure that we understood where we line up. And safe spaces we were talking about, that could apply like black, white, gay, straight. I would assume that would also be kind of, as far as identity, intersect, all that. Those would be things that you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. No, I appreciate it. I'm glad we had this conversation, man.
Cool.
Jordan, I know you got to go. Boy, it's like I'm sweating like a stuck pig here.
No, it's all good.
So, no, I appreciate you taking the time.
All right, cool. No problem.
Thanks, bro.
And this one ended up getting common ground too.
There you have it. We'll continue to test.
That boy had some good talks.
Hypothesis: the narrative the mainstream media is so desperately trying to.
He very persuasive with his thought.
May not be reflective.
With his ideology, he's very persuasive though with it. Very persuasive. I'm finna get on. I gotta go make dinner for the family. And shouldn't take too long. The beans gonna take the longest, but shouldn't take too long. See if they left yet. They still there, so I got time. Yeah, they ain't leave yet. Alright, I'm finna make dinner. Oh, this gonna be a good one. I mean, like this, man.
Welcome back to another episode on Jack TV.
Oh, this
we are finally
update.
about to talk about the episode that was highly requested.
Oh, I don't even know this one.
Regardless.
Oh, I gotta watch this one though.
This video is a censored re-upload. The original got age restricted, which means many of you couldn't watch it, including those of you not signed into your account.
What's up, Don? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Today we're helping Don test his girlfriend's loyalty. Her
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go make dinner. I want to stay on stream, but I gotta make dinner. I done had to do a lot today. Tomorrow, though, we should be able to get on here, man. We should. But, I ain't gonna lie, my time with my son come first, bitch. My time with my son come first. I'm gonna try to make some time for stream, YouTube video, you feel me? I'm gonna try to make some time, man. Y'all gotta fuck with me too, though, bitch. Y'all gotta fuck with a nigga too, bitch. But son come first. Son, when I'm off work, son come first, bitch. I can't wait to see son. Alright, I'm finna get off for right now. I'll be back on later. Let me see.
Look, the original got age restricted. Many of you couldn't watch it, including.
See you.
Today we're helping Don test his girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go make dinner. I wanna stay on stream, but I gotta make dinner. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go make dinner. I wanna stay on stream, but I gotta make dinner. I done had to do a lot today. Tomorrow, though, we should be able to get on here, man. We should. But, I ain't gonna lie, my time with my son come first, bitch. My time with my son come first. I'm gonna try to make some time for stream. Do a lot today. I gotta go make dinner. I wanna stay on stream, but I gotta make dinner. I done had to do a lot today. Tomorrow, though, we should be able to get on here, man. We should. But, I ain't gonna lie, my time with my son come first, bitch. My time with my son come first. I'm gonna try to make some time for stream, YouTube video, you feel me? Woo! Y'all gotta fuck with me too, though, bitch. Y'all gotta fuck with a nigga too, bitch. But son come first. Son, when I'm off work, son come first, bitch. I can't wait to see son. Alright, I'm finna get off. I gotta go make dinner. I wanna stay on stream, but I gotta make dinner.